Quick video today, guys. I don't have a video for you for this video, unfortunately, because these are just spy shots by Ford Authority. I'm gonna link this entire article down in the description. But when I saw this, I thought I have to make a video on this truck. This is the new Maverick, completely uncovered out in the wild. And I love what Ford is doing right now. Feels like they have a lot of fun in their design department. I do love the new Mustang design, the new F-150. Also looks great, and this looks almost, you know what this reminds me of when I look at it? It reminds me of the SVT Lightning back in, what is it, late 90s, early 2000s. It has the same type of vibe to it. I love the body colored panels that we have. So let's go through this article and then jump in Photoshop. I'm going to show you the differences here, which are pretty substantial for just a mid-cycle refresh. So the 2025 Ford Maverick Lariat spotted completely uncovered. And as I said, this article is linked down in the description if you want to go and check it out. Given the tremendous success of the Ford Maverick has enjoyed since its launch for the 2022 model year, it's inevitable that we will soon see more variants. And I want to see an ST version. This looks like it could be an ST, but then it has Lariat badges on it, so it's not the ST. I made a redesign of the original Maverick, just how I would design it if I were to build and configure my own perfect Maverick, and that's sort of what I want to see Ford to do with the small little truck here. Now, one of those variants is expected to be a street performance focused model, and this one appears to be precisely that. It's sporting features like a unique front end and larger wheels and tires. I love the wheels that they put on this. I really hope these wheels right here, that they put these into production, because I think they look so cool. You have a completely revised front end design with new headlights, a grille with vertical slats, and this angle here reminds me of some old 80s sedan style American cars where they had the grills, the chrome grills, something like that. I can't remember exactly what car that is. Maybe you can comment down in the down below what car I'm thinking of. I think you know what I'm talking about. There is also a chunky bumper present underneath that incorporates fog lamps. Very cool to have this traditional location of the fog lamps there, as well as a large opening that seems designed to bump more air into the engine bay, which again feels like this is the sport version. They just put the Lariat badges on there to confuse people. That's what I think this is. You have body color painted, the ground effects coupled with black painted roof, black painted wheels as well. That seems to be inspired by vintage motorsport turbofan units. That's exactly what I'm talking about right here. This doesn't appear to be the proper high-performance ST version of the Maverick, given you can see here that we do have a Lariat badge here on the side fenders. Look how good this looks when you have everything body color. It just looks like a completely different truck. It also looks a lot more upscale. The Maverick is set to receive a mid-cycle refresh for 2025. Now, Ford Authority also spotted the 2025 Maverick prototype interior, and that seemed to have the same 13.2-inch touchscreen that's found in some other blue oval models currently. Very cool and interesting Maverick update here from Ford. So let's quickly have a look at this design here in Photoshop, and let me show you the comparison between this one, the new one, and the old one. So the old one still, I remember when this first came out, and I made a video on this, how much I liked this design, because we have a very traditional layout of the headlight unit sitting here, a nice classic grille location and size in the middle, a clearly defined bumper, just a beautiful, overall a beautiful little truck by Ford. I was a huge fan of this when this first came out, and also, as I said, made the redesign of how I would want to build my Maverick. Just switch some wheels out, lower it a little bit, make it a little bit more aggressive with a sort of Mustang inspired front end. Looking at the rear end, same thing here, very clean. I love these chamfers going around the key graphics of the major components in the Ford. For example, the taillights here, and you also have this indent here with the Maverick stamped into the tailgate. Now, looking at the new one here, it looks like a as I said, it sort of reminds me of an SVT Lightning. It also reminds me of a couple of facelifts back, I guess you would say, a Ford F-150, just in a smaller size. I love what they do in here. We have a clear starting point right here with all the graphics happening underneath it. We have almost like a waterfall shaped grille, again, with this curvature at the bottom. I love this curvature, also bringing back some classic design styles into a new design. Look how this line in the grill, top part of the grill, has a clear connection again to the beautiful daytime run lights that we have right here. And also, again, chamfers all over this place. Look at these beautiful chamfers that we have going on here. We have another chamfer going here. This is what I think Ford is crushing it when it comes to having a classic look for the layout and the surface treatment of their cars. They still look like a classic proportions of a small little truck, this thing, but it also looks very modern. And then we have still a proper bumper here, nice graphics in the lower section with fog lights in a very traditional location down there. And this is also a part of why this reminds me of the SVT Lightning F-150 that also had those fog lights integrated like that beautifully in the bumper. And you can see that this has this additional air intake in the bottom. You also have a radar sensor here, which suggests that maybe you're going to get some more tech features in the new Maverick, because I don't think we have that in the current Maverick. This doesn't look like anything radar related, but this definitely does. Now looking at the rear view, this is also one of these proper facelifts, but it does look like the tail lights have been smoked out a little bit, and that again just adds to this sportier vibe for the Maverick. It just looks great having these pieces body color now instead of plastic. Up and brings up the luxury feel, sporty feel. Just feels more upscale as soon as you splash some paint onto these black pieces that we have. And last but not least, these wheels, just great looking wheels. Gloss black, as you can see. I think for some reason they just suit the Maverick overall and has a clear, nice, clean design to them. Also, some classic features with those turbofan style wheels in a new modern design like this. The entire package just comes together beautifully in this new Maverick. And I wanted to show you this picture because here you can clearly see hopefully what I'm talking about when it comes to the SVT Lightning. Just the stance, it just feels like it's so planted, this design. It's just a very cool update for the Maverick. I also want to show you this last picture down here, because here you can see these details in the front end, specifically what I'm talking about, this chamfer here. A nice, beautiful house or framing for the key graphics. You have another chamfer that we talked about right here that sort of feels like it's fading into this area, but still houses everything very nicely. And also this lower section feels fantastic. I would like to have some sort of a lip spoiler down here to add even more sporty vibes to this car. And I do believe, even though they say that this is not the ST version, I think this is probably what an ST would look like. And on top of that, I would love to see, probably never going to happen, but it would be very cool to see something like this. If they put a manual in this and they put maybe a 4-cylinder turbo in there and also called it a Maverick RS, I can almost guarantee that that would sell like crazy if Ford decided to do something like that. But I don't think we're going to go all the way to RS, but I do think we are going to get a Ford Maverick ST with this beautiful new face and these beautiful new graphics that we have here.